Hello and welcome to BJ and Joe Ondo's Out and About on the Recumbents for April 1st, 2023. This is the No April Fools on this sunny and finally less windy ride. Hey, let's ride. Okay, good morning. This is BJ and Joe Ondo from Out and About on the Recumbents. And we are on the southern portion of the Sand Creek Trail right at the moment. We're heading down to find out if they put in the new crossover to get across, well, actually finish this part of the trail and put in the new crossing over Hancock Expressway, and then we'll be taking the picking up the Pikes Peak Greenway trail home, which that part of the Pikes Peak Greenway trail is pretty much all dirt. We're a couple of 67-year-old seniors. Technically my wife's 68, but we'll cut her some slack. And 'cause I'll be 68 in August, and then we can be 68 together. So, but we ride what they call recumbent trikes. These are three-wheeled, and we ride trikes by a company called ICE, ICE for Inspired Cycle Engineering. Hers is a 2009 ICE Trice T for touring. Mine is a 2011 ICE Sprint Special Edition. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's a lot to say. But we just came off another piece where we had to use a very busy street, so we want to get that on the camera. But pardon the wind noise. We've had extreme winds the last few days, and yesterday and the day before were really totally insane. We couldn't even ride. Well, actually, we rode the day before, and it was tough. But we didn't ride yesterday because it was like, 60-mile-an-hour gusts, and it was colder than today too. Today is supposed to be mid-60s. That's Fahrenheit, and it is beautifully sunny. I mean, there is not a cloud in our sky. Don't know if you can see Pikes Peak through all those trees with my little cheap camera. Probably not. But yeah, this is a trail here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, USA. It goes basically heads south and kind of southeast slowly. We've been waiting for him to finish it for decades, literally decades. And we'd heard that they got this done, so we're gonna go check it out and see if it actually got done. We haven't been down this way in quite a while. As you can see how bad the winds were, because the trail's covered in little branches and twigs, and I mean, our winds were fierce. But we live on our very meager Social Security income, retirement income. We don't get disability, either one of us. Just our little retirement incomes, and we didn't make much money, so we don't earn much. But my wife Jo has had a couple of heart attacks, and she's a type 2 diabetic, and I have ankylosing spondylitis, which is a very mean arthritis, and some medical problems. We just decided that we better retire now before Social Security runs out, and at least get in a few years before they force us back as slaves to go to work again. So we're trying to do our best and enjoy it. We can't afford a car. We do not own a car at all. These trikes are our only transportation, except for walking and the bus. We try not to use we don't mind walking, but we really don't like the bus because it's a pain. you can't carry anything on it without people giving you a nasty look, and so we can't use it for like to go get groceries. We basically, I built a homemade utility trailer or a cargo trailer, and that's how we get our food. Sorry for the bumpiness there. And kind of a old wooden bridge that could use some new boards, but at least it's there. Like I said, this is all you can't really see it, but to the left over there is what they call Wildflower Park, which I've never figured out because there's not a single wildflower in the entire park. So why they named it Wildflower Park, I have no idea. They used to at least have a porta potty stop there, but over the last couple of years, our wonderful city has gotten cheap again. You may not be able to hear me because the wind is definitely gusting again. Not near as bad as yesterday, but it's probably in the 25 to 30 category. So I do have a foam sock over my mic, but it's doesn't seem to do much in the wind. I got to get some of that stuff they call cat hair. It's a weird looking fuzzy stuff that you can put over a mic. It's supposed to really help with the wind. A lot of the the heavy YouTube trikers like Sylvia Hepburn, the Myrtle the Turtle is what she goes by on YouTube, because she rides a trike. In fact, she's on a killer 9,000 mile trip across the United States right now. She's running into some really cruddy weather, and I mean to tell you, she's a tough one. Howdy. But yeah, she's been all over the world, literally. You know, I mean, literally all over the world. Then there's another guy named Jayo Matt. I can't remember his last name. He rides in the Zub, and he's been all over a lot of the world too, although he's back in the United States at the moment. And that's what they use. They use this stuff called cat hair over their mics, and their mics do a pretty good job keeping out the wind. So I got to get over to it. We don't have any real camera shops around us anymore. We used to have at least 2 or 3, and now they've disappeared. It's nothing. You can't buy that kind of stuff at Walmart. You need a camera store, or at least a video camera store that has stuff like that. I'll let my wife in here because we got a dog walker. Go ahead, Joe. Plenty of dings because of the wind. Passing on your left. Woo! Well, that was a hole and a half. Watch out for glass, deer. Yeah, they have a lot of these under the street things here, and I mean they literally go right down by the creek. It's not really a true creek. It's called Sand Creek, but it's not really a true creek. It's just a giant drainage ditch is what it really honestly is. Right now, there's very little water flowing in it. Even less than normal. But we haven't, it's really funny, we've had a lot of really crappy weather. I mean, it's been cold, the wind's been severe, but we haven't had much snow, which is good for us because then we don't, because we don't go in the snow. That's one thing we don't go in. we live in a second-story apartment and don't have anywhere where we could clean the muck off our trikes, and you know, real easily. So we don't do snow. If it snows, we stay at home. If we have to, we'll get a taxi or something like that to go get food. But fortunately, usually we have a Safeway store that's fairly close. It's within like a half to 3/4 of a mile. And we've got the walking pulled grocery carts, and so we can use those and go get enough food to get by. Until the next decent, you know, until the streets get cleared off and we can get over to Walmart. Passing on your left. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thanks for looking.
Sure. So this is the place I was talking about. This is just like the homes, you know, that they had. They're putting up now, except for these are all one story, it looks like. They don't have any tall ones. This would be fine for you and me. This is all you and I need, you know. The only problem, we'd have to find out if they got a place to put a storage shed. If they'd let us put a storage shed up. Because I don't see any. That would have, you know, we'd have to get a, because I don't think there's anything around here at all. Well, there is, but it's way over that way. I guess worst case scenario, there is a storage place over that way. You have to cross over what you call it, but yeah, these all look like they're one story. Yeah, this would be fine with me. I got no problem with this. And we're talking about, they have these little they're not tiny homes, but they're smaller homes, and usually, you know, they've been talking about building some of these for, like, you know, like Joe and I, our kids are gone, you know, they're across the United States. We don't have any grandkids anywhere near us, you know, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, all that kind of stuff. So you know, we don't need a big place. A small place would be just fine. But Colorado Springs is a really expensive place to live right now. Well, I'm a native, okay? I grew up, I was born here, and my wife's family's been here since 1965, so we've been here a long, long time. And but we, you know, it's getting so expensive. We can't afford to live here anymore, and we don't want to move. Colorado Springs has a fairly decent amount of trails. You do have to kind of learn to, you know, they're not well connected, so you have to learn which streets have bike lanes and that kind of, and not as much traffic, so you can get from one trail to the next. That's Sierra High School over there. We're getting into a little housing area kind of area now. This is the southeast part of Colorado Springs. Yeah, I don't know how good my battery is because I didn't get a chance to charge it off of my camera. So we're just going to keep recording till it won't record no more. We'll use that for today. Like I said, our site is called Out and About on the Recumbents. And we appreciate you tuning in and checking out our site if you're new. And if you're a subscriber, bless your heart. We are stunned that anybody would even bother. we really do appreciate it. You know, it's kind of cool. We're like howdy. Careful, there's a lot of obstacles and crud. A lot of glass too, of course. Always glass. Better than it has been, though. Well, that's not a good sign. They still got the detour sign up. Well, what do you think? Let's see. Well, they've got it open. So, I don't know. Yeah, we'll take it on down as far as we can go. But if I remember right, they had it blocked off for a while. So this is the part that they've had this part here for quite a while. But, okay, stop for a second. Sounds like you're rubbing somewhere. Okay, go ahead and move forward. I don't see any sticks or anything. Huh, yeah, it just sounded like it was rubbing. Maybe it's me rubbing. Get behind me and see if you can see any.
There it is. Hold on.
Okay. I was going to say, that's usually if you hear a rubbing sound, that's what it is. There's a stick. Gets caught. And with all the crud that... Can you get it out of there? Ah, bless your heart. Oh, man. That's a bad stick, too.
I don't think there's any more of it.
Okay, it didn't puncture anything, did it?
No.
Okay.
It was just caught between your wheel and your derailleur.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, folks, but the only bad thing about this time, you know, this windy time of year, we have a lot of wind in southern Colorado this time of year, especially. From, well, it used to be mainly March and April, but this year it started in mid-February, and it hasn't gone away, as Joe said. This is Joe, this is my wife right here. We've been married for going on 43 years come October, and we've known each other for well over 50. And so, like I said, we don't own a car because we can't afford it. On our limited budget, something had to go to be able to afford rent and utilities, so we got rid of our car. And we went to these recumbent trikes. We rode bicycles before, and we've had trikes before these. Now here's somebody that shouldn't even be on the trail because not supposed to be any. Go ahead, go! I gotta get out of his way. Technically, there's not supposed to be any motorized vehicles on these trails, but people use and abuse it. Well, as you can see, it certainly needs to be cleaned up. Boy, that's for sure. What a mess. Definitely needs to be cleaned up. Man, what a mess. Well, if my video is working, maybe I'll send this to the city and they can see what kind of mess it is, and they'll come clean it up a bit. But they put up some fence where they hadn't had fence before. Yeah, we do have a huge, I mean huge, we have a huge homeless problem here in Colorado Springs. I'm not sure why they'd want to come here because it's cold here in the wintertime. Even if we don't get snow, it's still cold. Yeah, this is all the new part here, so we'll see if it actually crosses. Yeah, this is all new. Yeah, I see a crossing. Whoa, a lighted crossing, no less. Now I'm impressed. They still need to clean the place up, but oh boy. I'll let the city know they need to clean up, but I'm going to tell them how much I appreciate getting this done, except for still looks like it might be blocked off up here, which means Joe and I will have to fiddle around to get to, because they... Oh, interesting. Well, we'll go find out. But yeah, this is all brand new, folks. So you're getting to see a brand new trail. Or at least part of a brand new trail. I guess I should say a new part of a trail. Yeah, there we go. New part of an old trail. But it looks like it is blocked off up here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So we may have to go up there and come back, I guess, because they blocked all that off over there. Yeah, I guess we'll go up that way. Yeah, it looks like the sidewalk's okay on the other side. So they haven't finished it yet, but they're actually putting in a lighted crossing. We didn't think they were going to do that. Okay, so we can get out right here, Joe. And we'll just have to wait and see if we can burn across. Hey, Joe, let's go up to the light. Okay, let's go up to the light. Just no way to get across. Now we're in the bike lane on the very busy Hancock Expressway. Very busy. We're going to go over and get on the sidewalk on the other side to pick up the other part of the trail. Yeah, it's just too much traffic to get across. Just safer to go get the light up here. Yeah, because we got a bus behind us. Okay, don't go so far. I think we can get across here, dear, with a light. get back up on the sidewalk here so I can pick up the next part of the trail. I hope we're still recording, but like I said, I don't really know how much battery. This battery I got usually will last a good hour, more sometimes. And we didn't start recording till we got on the Sand Creek Trail. But it is great. I mean, they're putting in an actual crossing. I can't move it because of the saddlebag, or because of the sandbag. So yeah, so to all those that are in Colorado Springs, they're gonna do this right. Bless the city's heart, man. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be a huge improvement, I gotta tell you. Okay, so we're on the, as you can see, the sign there says Sand Creek Trail. But this part here was actually put in before that part was finished. They had to get a right-of-way with the apartment complex over there to get the new side put in. So we'll go over here. Really nice. Thank you. As you can see from the winds, they've had a lot of branches fall down and stuff, although that looks like an old juniper. And like I said, there's a lot of homeless down here, so you know, I mean, they got to have some place to live, you know, they got to have some place. The problem with our deal here is, you know, we have shelters, but they're only good for the nighttime. The minute the sun comes up, they kick these poor folks off, you know. I mean, they do. They just kick them out, and you know, so they got to survive out in the cold and the wind and the crud till, you know, till the next evening. Then they can, you know, go get a meal, and I think they'll only do 2 meals a day. Breakfast and a dinner, and that's it. So, you know, I mean, people can say all the horrible things they want to about the homeless, but hey, we as a society should take care of this. Yes, I know it costs money, but everything costs money, folks. Everything costs money. And it's crazy to leave fellow human beings out in the crap and the cold and the wind. I mean, come on. We spend billions of dollars on junk, you know, fancy buildings and you know, like taking care of other countries and stuff, you know, billions of dollars. If we spent a few billion here in the United States for our homeless, hey, we wouldn't have a mess like this on the trails. Okay? This is very unique here because there's a railroad bridge above, as you can see. Sometimes, you know, the rocks, etc., will come falling down, so they put a little roof underneath the bridge for us. This, I think, is the. I think this is you know, a jail for the youngins. You know, it's not for adults. It's really sad that, you know, we got to have jails for kids. But, you know, kids don't even kids don't get raised up right all the time. You know, I was raised by my mom, who only has a 7th grade education, you know. Bless her heart, man. She busted her ass in every crap job she could find to make sure her kids had a place to live, you know. She was strict, and she kept us out of trouble, man. My mom told me that when I got 17, I graduated, actually before then, my mom looked me in the face and she said, remember, you get one phone call. And I thought, cool, mom's gonna take care of me. She said, don't waste the dime on me. So that kept me out of trouble. Because the way she said it, she was dead serious. She was going to let her oldest son rot in jail if he did something really stupid. So, he didn't do anything really stupid. Now, I've done a lot of stupid things, don't get me wrong. But I didn't do anything really stupid. I didn't end up in prison, okay? So at least for me, it worked. Now, my brothers, a couple of them spent a couple of times in jail, but nothing major. Mostly traffic stuff, you know. So actually, I guess it kind of worked on all of us. I don't know if the other brothers remember, you know, that or what, but or maybe she didn't say it to them, but I remember it well. Okay, now we're heading over to pick up the. Well, it's still technically the Sand Creek Trail, but we're gonna go over and pick up the Pikes Peak Greenway. So, this is trail right along Las Vegas Street. Afternoon. And we get to go by the other prison. Oh, man. You see, we like the police, okay? We're not in any kind of trouble. We like the police. We like the police a lot. Okay. Whoa. Well, I tell you, if you were young and healthy, that company over there was saying that you could, I guess they put in guardrails, you know, for the roads and stuff. They start at $25 an hour. Start. You imagine, you know, just getting out of high school and, you know, needing to go, you know, I mean, yeah, it's cruddy, it's outside, it's going to be cold and shit, but $25 an hour, man, to start. Holy calipetter. That's a lot of money. Go ahead. Okay, now we're heading for the Greenway. Now we do have to be a little careful down here because this is part of a disc golf course. So every once in a while you can see a flying disc. In fact, there's some disc golf players right there. It's like they're doing a putt, as they call it. Yeah, because they're close. Oh, he nailed that putt. Didn't nail that putt, though. This is one course I never got to play. We kind of had to get out of it. We kind of had to get out of it before, but you know, because we didn't have a car anymore, so that made it kind of hard. Passing on your left. Yeah, so this must be a water hazard here. I'm afraid I lost a few discs to rivers, and course closed for tournament. Oh, so they're doing an actual tournament. Okay, so now we're on the Pikes Peak Greenway. I don't know where the basket is over here, but I guess it's over here somewhere. Yeah, this part of the Greenway is all dirt, which is a bummer. Joe and I don't like the dirt. We're just not dirt, you know. I mean, our trikes have street tires, and although this is, I mean, this ain't bad. This is more gravel trail, you know, and it's not deep. It's only sandy deep in a couple of places. So, and if it's not wet, it's usable, and our trikes need a bath anyway. Morning. Thank you. That's interesting. I wonder what this blue line is supposed to mean. Yeah, it could be. You can always use more limestone, as long as they don't get carried away. Yeah. Thank you. That's the great thing about being married to somebody for 43 years. You don't even have to finish sentences. This is a huge, I think this is the, you know, named after our vice mayor, Leon, whatever the heck his name was, for many years. Okay, watch out. You got a tagger. Stay still. Stay still. Yeah, you got a buddy. Hold on. Hold on. You got it. Go. Yeah, right. You're in the hard gear, and because you never gear down, because my wife has e-assist, so she gets lazy. And oh, okay. Right now she doesn't have e-assist, so she's letting me know that I'm a scumbag. And but no, it's not cheating. Having e-assist is not cheating. It just makes it easier. That's all. The only reason I don't have e-assist is because we can't afford it. That's the only reason. We went into deep debt to get her used ice e-trike, and then all of a sudden they got another ice trike, a used ice trike for sale at Angletech, www.cycledifferent.com. That's great, Joe. And I just saw how good hers was, and so I said I decided to trade my Terror trike in, and howdy. Trade my Terror trike in and get me an ice, and boy, am I glad I did. These ice trikes, even old ones. I mean, ours are old. They're, you know, between about 13 and 16 years old, you know. And mine wasn't treated very well by its previous owner. It really wasn't. Yeah, it just used to be so pretty. It's just a shame. Okay, that's enough of that. So, yeah, most of the time we, you know, since we don't have a car, or, you know, a truck to be able to transport our trikes in, we really don't have the availability, you know, to, you know, go a lot of other places. So we're mostly transportation mode riders, but we do sometimes just do recreation. That's what we, you know, do now. We don't have any place we have to go. We're just out riding, just trying to enjoy it. pretty soon we'll be coming up on Nevada and Tejon Street in Colorado Springs, and Tejon Street is where the main shelter is, and the main the Marion Soup Kitchen, I think it is, and so there'll be a really heavy concentrate of homeless in the old Paiute Park area. Interesting how that tree's just bent completely over. But we'll be coming to the end of the dirt here pretty quick, so that's good. I haven't figured out whether we're going to go up Tejon or just keep going on the Greenway trail for a little while. Maybe work our way over to Shook's Run or the Weber Street bike lane and head back towards our apartment, and of course over to the shed, because the shed is about 1.2 miles from our apartment complex. That's as close as we could get and be able to afford. There is one that's a little closer, but it's like twice as expensive. This is where Joe's e-assist can really help her. You know, you get a sharp little hill like this, especially in the dirt. You know, that give her the power to get up here without her wheels slipping as much as mine might. Might not. Pretty good grip on this stuff. Some places though, if the gravel's a bit deeper, you don't have as good a grip. Yeah, we'll be crossing over another bridge, and another old beat up bridge, and then we get concrete for the rest of the way, because they did extend that out to there. I wish they'd do the whole trail all the way down to El Pomar there, because that would be the Colorado Springs part of the Pikes Peak Greenway. We'll stop here and get a drink. It's starting to warm up pretty good. Whew. I'm gonna take off my gloves here. Where are we? Here. One thing that's really nice, when we got our ice trikes, our used ice trikes, they had the extension bar on them to be able to take a normal handlebar bag and turn it into a side bag. So it's a really nice feature. Howdy. Yeah, it's a really nice feature. It puts things just, you know, right where you need to be. Okay. All right, if we're still recording, should be coming up on the concrete here. Hopefully we'll have enough battery to be able to record going over the low bridge. That's kind of cool, but I doubt it. I'm sure we've been easily into the hour and 10 minutes I get out of this particular battery. So I could be just talking to myself. Since I don't know that for sure, I'll just pretend that I'm talking to you nice folks out there in YouTube land. Oh man, this is an old beat up bridge. Yeah, sadly they don't care about these old bridges. And they only use, you know, the old wood instead of the nice, much more expensive Triking, you know, that is pretty much weatherproof and stays smooth. Which is what all bridges need to be made out of, unless they're a concrete bridge, like the next one will come on. That's a concrete bridge, but it's called the low bridge because, well, it's low. If the Fountain Creek is in flood stage, you can't use it. It'll be covered in water. Since we haven't had much snow here, and it really hasn't had much of a chance to melt up in the mountains, they've been getting snow. Serious snow, like feet of